Coming to you from the Lydia Media Studios in the heart of Lewiston, Auburn, it's Lydia's Lunch Bunch, LA's afternoon morning show with Mark and Sarah today, because Pam, she's usually out to her BNI meetings on Wednesdays, but today she's playing golf.
Which is beautiful. It's a beautiful day for that, and I'm so glad that they rescheduled on a day when they actually got some bright sunshine and good temperature. So
yeah, I believe it's the Big Brothers Big Sisters tournament that was canceled due to rain a couple of weeks ago.
It really rained.
Yeah, like nobody's playing golf in that weather.
It's no fun.
Not even in Caddyshack.
No good.
We are covering news and events in the greater LA area and talking to the people making a difference in our community. Give us a listen at lydiamediallc.com or wherever you get your podcasts. And feel free to share your comments, questions, or suggestions via email at podcast@lydiamediallc.com.
Today's show is brought to you by UPI Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, serving residential and commercial customers with new installations and repairs. Call today and schedule your oil and gas boiler cleanings at 754-4556. UPI, the best plumbers around. And by Ruper's Beverage and Redemption. When it comes to beer, wine, and spirits, don't botch it, squatch it at 6 locations in Lewiston, Auburn, and Oxford. Learn more at rupersbeverage.com. And remember, the party starts at Ruper's.
We have the pleasure of being joined in studio by a couple of Maine Nordiques forwards, number 13 in your program and co-captain this year, Laurent Trepanier. I think that's the best I've ever done.
I like it.
That was pretty good, yeah.
I like it when you say it, though.
Better every year.
Yeah.
Can you say it?
Laurent Trepanier.
There it is.
Man, it's like poetry.
It's so beautiful.
And number 18 in your program, Mike Stenberg out of Needham, Massachusetts. How you doing, Mike?
Good, how are you?
Excellent. Thanks for joining us on this early morning.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Absolutely. We are going to talk all about our first place Nordiques coming up in just a bit. But right now, let's take a look at some headlines for Wednesday, October 16th.
36-year-old Matthew Conklin of Turner is facing felony charges after he was accused of embezzling $16,000 from the Turner Timberland ATV Club. Conklin was working as the club's treasurer. In a social media post, the club claims Conklin admitted to the theft. He will appear in court on November 20th.
The Sun Journal reports that the Lewiston City Council approved changes to the homeless shelter ordinance. The changes will remove several sections of language implemented under the previous council, including a cap on the number of shelter beds allowed in the city, a requirement for shelter guests to identify themselves, and mandatory hours of shelter operation.
Pharmacy chain Walgreens plans to close 1,200 locations in the United States over the next 3 years. The company operates 8,500 stores in the U.S. and did not say where the closings would take place. 500 stores will close in the current fiscal year.
One lane on Beach Hill Road in Auburn will be closed today. Public Works expects the closure to last all day. Traffic from Washington Street can access Beach Hill through East Hardscrabble Road.
East End Community School in Portland and the Maine Center for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing in Falmouth dedicated a memorial bench to October 25th shooting victim Joshua Seal, who worked for the center as an educational technician. He will be remembered for his dedication to advocacy for the deaf community. The bench overlooks Portland's Back Cove next to an evergreen tree planted by students in Seal's memory.
In today's weather, cloudy with a high of 51 and a low of 38. Sunny tomorrow and Friday with highs approaching 60.
Weather. In sports, the Bruins visit the Colorado Avalanche tonight at 9:30.
You know, you just get us really psyched about hockey, and now you're on the West Coast with these late games.
I can't watch that at 9:30.
No
matter what my boyfriend wants. And I'm talking about my actual boyfriend, not Jeremy Swayman.
That's right. Oh, you guys, Sarah met Jeremy Swayman over the summer. Got a picture with him and everything.
We took a picture.
So
we went to a concert together.
Now apparently they're dating.
We're new best. He's my new best friend.
Central Maine Community College women's soccer visits Southern Maine Community College today at 3:30.
Bates College women's volleyball visits the University of Southern Maine tonight at 6.
The first place Maine Nordiques visit the stinkin' Maryland Black Bears on Friday and Saturday.
The NA3 Nordiques will visit the Binghamton Buzz on Friday and Saturday.
The 1-5 Patriots on their way to the Super Bowl. They got tickets. They'll take on the 1-5 Jacksonville Jaguars Sunday morning in London, England. Kickoff is at 9:30 a.m. You can have tea and crumpets with the Patriots on Sunday.
Yeah, but will anybody, though?
Maybe.
I don't know. On our high school scoreboard in field hockey, it was Messalonsky over Oxford Hills 4-1, and St. Dom shut out Wells 8-0.
That's a trouncing.
That's a trouncing solid.
In boys soccer, it was Greeley over Grey New Gloucester 5-0.
And in girls soccer, another trouncing, Greeley over Grey New Gloucester 8-0, and Skowhegan shut out Lewiston 4-0.
And in volleyball, it was Brunswick, Mount Ararat, and Morse shutting out Lewiston 3-0. That's your news, weather, and sports. And right now, it is time for the podcast segment that is sweeping the Twin Cities. It's time for famous people birthdays.
They're famous. It's their birthdays. It's famous people birthdays. It's famous people birthdays.
Let's take a look at FPBs for October the 16th, shall we?
Okie dokie.
We're going to start off with John Mayer, who is a 7-time Grammy Award winner. You guys familiar with John Mayer?
John Mayer.
Yeah?
Of course.
Right on.
Yeah.
John Mayer, 47 today. And I think, what's his big hit? Your Body's a Wonderland?
Yes,
That's his biggest hit?
probably.
Did you guys agree?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. We'll go with it.
He's actually a very talented songwriter and guitar player.
Yeah.
Overall. I think.
Yeah, he's got it going on. Maine alum and former NHL player Paul Correa is 50 years old today.
Oh.
He won a national championship with Maine in 93. Also won the Hobie Baker Award in his freshman year, which is given to the best college hockey player in the country.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he is Nick's favorite hockey player. He's
Yes.
like best hockey player of all time. He will tell you Paul Correa.
He played for 15 years, had a great career, and unfortunately for Paul, he played in the mid-90s when it was pretty much legal to attempt to decapitate a player
Yep.
on the ice and
Yep.
not get called for it. Or, maybe 2 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And
So,
he was small. He's not a big guy.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's like 5'10", 180 pounds.
That's not small as a person, but for a hockey player. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Trevor's like, wait a minute.
I think if he was playing in this era, he'd probably have a couple of Stanley Cups to his credit. But
Tough
yeah.
guy. Real tough guy.
Happy birthday, Paul. Wendy Wilson of Wilson Phillips is 55 years old today. She's part of that big trio with her older sister, Carney, and China Phillips.
Yeah. She's the daughter of Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys.
The Beach Boys.
Yeah.
Yep. Michael Peter Balzari is 62 years old today. Does that name ring a bell with you guys?
No.
Probably
Me
not.
either.
How about if I said Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Okay.
All right. That's him.
Ringing a bell.
Yep,
Okay.
he's 62. He's been partnering with Anthony Kiedis for quite some time now. They've appeared on every one of the Red Hot Chili Peppers albums. And Flea has he's played along with Alanis Morissette and Young MC and Nirvana and Jane's Addiction, and he's done it all.
I feel like he acted in a couple of movies too.
Flea? Did you get some Flea info?
Yes, but this can't be right.
Okay. Did it say he was in Star Wars?
No. Back to the Future Part 2?
Oh,
But I don't know. I'm looking at his IMDb. He's
Okay.
been in all kinds of stuff. The Big Lebowski? What? Obi-Wan Kenobi, the miniseries? Did you say Star Wars?
I did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that an animated series?
I guess it is. Yeah, he's done a lot of voiceover work. So Toy Story 4.
Okay.
And then Inside Out 2. He does the voice of Jake.
Wow.
I know.
Look at that.
Look at that.
There's more to Flea than we knew.
Yeah. Neat.
What a well-rounded individual.
Yes.
Actor and director Tim Robbins is 66 today. I think a lot of people know Tim from the Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
It came out in 94.
What a great movie. Top 10. That's in my top 10.
I would think so.
Such a good movie.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
also in Mystic River.
Yes.
Sean Penn was in that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Bull Durham. He was Nuke LaLoosh in Bull Durham. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Also married to
I
Susan
was just
Sarandon.
going to say, yeah.
Yeah.
Married to Susan Sarandon for a really long time.
Yeah. Andy Kindler is 68 years old today. Stand-up comic. He's also, he does voiceover work for Bob's Burgers.
He's Andy.
Yeah. He's the mortician. He's Mort the mortician
Mort the Mortician.
on Bob's
That's what it
Burgers.
is.
He also had a recurring role on Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah.
Bassist C.F. Turner of Bachman Turner Overdrive is 81 years old today. I'm going to go out on a limb and say he's the Turner of Bachman Turner Overdrive.
That tracks.
I'm going to put my name on that.
Yeah.
And rounding out FPBs for October the 16th is producer, director, and comedic genius David Zucker,
Oh.
who is 77 years old today. He's the brains behind the Airplane movie. classic that came out, and I want to say the early 80s, but it might have been 79. Oh, it was 1980.
Yeah.
It came out.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious, and stop calling me Shirley. He also, if you guys, please tell me you guys have seen that movie.
No?
Put it on your to-do list.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's so good.
When you just need something mindless to
Got
make
it,
you
okay.
laugh,
Yeah.
that's a movie for you.
The movie is 44 years old, but it's worth your time.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Put it on the list.
Yeah.
Do you guys know who Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's in it.
He's in it.
He's in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's good stuff. He also created the Naked Gun franchise
Also
with
silly.
Leslie Nielsen.
So silly and fun.
Yeah. Those are your FPBs
Phew.
for October the 16th. That was a good haul.
That was a good haul.
Looking for a tasty meal? We have over a dozen options. Banking services? Plenty to choose from. Holiday gift ideas? Yep, we have that too. These are just a few of the resources you'll find in the October issue of Uncle Andy's Digest, along with jokes, funny stories, shout-outs, an events calendar, advertiser directory, and a whole lot more. Uncle Andy's Digest, your guide to, well, just about anything. Pick up your free copy today and visit uncleandys.com. Now we shift focus to our guests in studio, Maine Nordiques forwards, Laurent Trepanier and Mike Stenberg. How good does it sound when you hear first place, Maine Nordiques?
It feels awesome. It's awesome. Yeah, no, it's been a great year so far. We got to keep at it, but it's always good to be in first.
Yeah, you guys are killing it. It's so much fun to follow this team, and Sarah and I have been at it for a couple of years now, following the Nords, and just watching you guys get better and better by the year. And Mike, your first year
My first year, correct?
with the Nords?
Yes.
Excellent. So we have to ask a couple of questions that we ask all of our
Yep.
Nordiques is, how old were you when you first hit the ice?
First at the ice, I was roughly around like 6 years old, 5 or 6 years old. That's when I kind of started moving around the ice. Then probably around 7 or 8, I started playing team hockey and playing house league and all that stuff.
So 6 years old, you first put on a pair of skates.
Yep.
Kind of take us through your career, the cliff notes of your career, your path to the Maine Nordiques.
So growing up, I played for the Boston Junior Terriers. So I played till I was roughly 14. Then I went to prep school in Braintree, Massachusetts, called their academy. So I played 3 years there, and then I got drafted in the USHL and for the Des Moines Buccaneers. So I played there for 2 years. And for the past 2 years, I've been playing on the British Columbia League with Chilliwack Chiefs and the Merritt Centennials. And now I'm here in Maine.
And how did that happen? How did you become a Nordique?
So Nick Skurlick called me this off season, and was wondering where I was playing the next year, following year, and I really had no plans, and I kind of waited out to see all my options, and this was the best place for me. It was close to home, so my family can come see me, and close to all the schools out here, so it's a perfect spot.
And what are your thoughts so far?
It's awesome. I have no complaints.
Yeah.
It's great. It's getting cold, which I hate to see, but no, I love it. I love it here. It's great teammates, great coaches, great people. So
Yeah.
And you're from New England.
from New England, yes.
So
I
you're
grew up-
used to the cold.
I'm used to it, but not like this. Just hits you like that. But no, but definitely used to it. Yes.
Are you looking at East Coast schools too? Is that
Yeah. I want to be close to home, but this is where a bunch of schools are, right?
Yeah.
So we play all over New England, so I think it's a good spot.
lots of chances to get seen?
Correct. Yes.
Happy to have you aboard, man.
Yeah.
This is
Thank
great.
you.
And Treppy, your third year with the Nords,
Exactly. Yep.
and you are making the most of it so far this season. You're on fire, kid.
Crushing it.
My goodness.
It's a good start. Yeah.
I was
definitely.
looking at your stats and I'm like, you sure this is for this year, or is this like it was-
Cumulative?
It's crazy,
What's going
right?
on?
Yeah, and you were named co-captain this year.
I was. Yeah. I mean, I think it's been like Nick made his decision, I think, last year. So I already kind of knew, but I didn't know I was going to be co-captain, but I'm glad I am. Zion Green's a great guy, so I think he's going to help me a lot with it because, it's my first junior year as a captain, and I think he's got more experience, a little bit more experience than me, so he can help me a lot. So good group of guys, too. I just love this team.
Because you've been playing for the Nords for 3 years, that doesn't necessarily guarantee that you're going to be a captain. It's a pretty big honor, and I'm just curious what it meant to you when you found out.
It meant a lot, a team you played for 3 years for, just leading it and just being recognized for like being a guy that your teammates they look up to, it's just a great honor to have. Like, very happy about it.
Yeah. What are some of your responsibilities as a captain?
Keeping the guys in check.
That seems like a full-time job.
It is a full-time job. I've already been doing it a lot, you know.
Before you were the co-captain.
It's good. It's a good thing I have a co-captain, or else I think I would have burned out already.
What do you attribute your early success to? Not just individually, but as the team.
I guess confidence. I mean, you know, the guys around me were great too. I think next year brought some good guys in, and I think that helped me a lot. But also, I mean, I'd say confidence. My third year, I know what I'm expecting when I come in this league. So I think I was already comfortable, and I think that just helped me have a good start.
This is your final year in juniors?
This is my final year, yeah.
Yeah.
Aw.
I know, right? We're going to have you start calling into the show
I know, yeah.
from wherever you go
One
next.
of our guests, just regular guests.
Yeah. But you had a hat trick this past weekend.
I did.
I've never played the game. What is that like to just, are you in a zone during that game? I don't.
It kind of just happened, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't really expect it. You know, it's just one goes in, two goes in, you know, and you're just.
Then you're like, hey,
just
I'm
like,
onto
can I get a
something.
third one? Just
Yeah.
it does.
Maybe.
So,
You just see that opening.
kind of in a
and-
groove, and it's just working for you.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that was your night.
That's
Yeah,
That's for sure. But
definitely
not,
was.
not just that night. You have 15 goals for the season. And you've only played, what,
15 points.
15 points?
Yeah,
Sorry.
not goals.
Not goals. 15 points. That would be amazing, though.
That'd be amazing. I would love it, but maybe not.
Maybe not.
Mike, what did you know about the Maine Nordiques before you came here?
Didn't know much. You know, I knew people that played here before. You know, I kind of asked around, but kind of came in blind. You know, didn't really expect nothing, but I knew it was a team being close to home, but, you know, never knew much about it.
What are your impressions of playing in the Coliseum?
It's awesome. It's, you know, an old barn, you know,
Yeah.
old arena. So, no, it's always great to play there. It gets loud. You know, we haven't had a lot of home games, so I haven't experienced it in full, but no, it's, you know, very cold nowadays, but it's very good barn.
I think it's great that, you know, it's not so much fun now that you guys are on the road so much. But
Yeah.
later in the season,
Yep.
it's going to be awesome.
Yep.
To have you
Yeah.
guys a bunch of home games.
We're a
to close
hockey
out the
town
season.
for sure.
Yeah.
You'll see a lot of people in the stands. It'll
Yeah.
be good.
Yeah, definitely. Treppy, I'm not sure if I asked you about this before, but you were part of the game following the October 25th tragedy last year
I was, yeah.
against New Hampshire. I was there, and I've said this a million times. It was the most powerful, emotional, and inspirational sporting event that I've ever
Yeah.
attended. What were you feeling on the ice that night?
I mean, you know, after 2 years there, I've met a lot of people and just connected with the community a lot. So it was very emotional, and especially with the New Hampshire Mountain Kings, you know, their coach, you know, was here for I don't know how many years. So it was a very big gesture from them. You know, it was very emotional that night to see all these people just showing out and just like being there and just having a moment with us. It was very emotional.
This being your third year on the team, it's easy to just be a hockey player. I would think, you know, show up to the Coliseum, show up to practice, do your thing, play the games, and so on and so forth. And you know your career is going to extend beyond this. Do you feel like you're a part of the Lewiston Auburn community?
I'd like to think so.
Yeah.
You know, just, you know, there's community service. You know, I connected a lot with the kids at school. I mean, I've had breakfast with a bunch of people, like bunch of fans. So, you know, I've been around the block and just have connected with a lot of people. So I feel like I am.
Sure. I think
feel
the community service alone, you know.
Yeah.
And I think people feel like we are.
Yeah.
You know, I think we bring joy to a lot of people, and I think that makes us part of this community.
Yeah.
I know the kids
Absolutely.
love seeing you at all of the events, especially.
Yeah. Mike, what are your impressions? It's a small sample size that you've been in this area, but what are your impressions of the Lewiston Auburn area and the fan base so far?
Fan base is 1 to none, right? So, you know, we had one home weekends, and, the fans that came, they're all loud cheering, and it's great for me to see, especially on my first weekend playing here, right?
Yeah.
Very loud, you know. After the game, I walk out of the locker room and 40, 50 people just waiting for us, and it's definitely surreal, especially in my last year of juniors. It's good to see that and how the fans are so involved in the team and the community, and it's great to see.
Do you guys feel like superstars when you hit the ice and you got that big group of kids waiting to just touch knuckles with you for just like 10 seconds? It's like a celebrity.
I don't know about superstar, but it definitely feels good. No, it definitely feels good.
And you know these kids are looking up to you. You know these kids are playing youth hockey, and they're like, I want to be a Maine Nordiques. And then when they get that interaction with you guys, it just means the world to them.
Yeah.
I bet.
And you've made a fan for life.
Yeah, that's for sure.
They may follow you through the rest of your career. You
That's
never
right.
know.
Mike, who has served as the biggest inspiration for your hockey career?
Jimmy Hayes, former Bruin, who sadly passed away. I was very close with him throughout my childhood, and growing up watching him play in the NHL and be with him every summer. It's definitely my mentor. I could talk to him whenever, anything about hockey or whenever. So yeah, definitely was my greatest mentor.
What were the summers like? Was this a camp you were in? Or?
No, this is just, he grew up in Boston, and, he was married to one of my sister's friends. So, I saw him almost every weekend, not every weekend, I saw him periodically throughout the summer, just not in a hockey setting, just as people. And, no, it was great, having convos, cookouts, all that stuff. So, definitely. Yeah. Always ear to pay. I always talked a lot as a kid, so he was always there to listen, which is great.
I would think so.
Yep.
So you're in the NHL. Yeah.
Talk to me about hockey.
And how about you, Treppy? Who's the biggest inspiration for your career?
I mean, I've always just looked up to two players, basically. Johnny Gaudreau, who sadly passed away, and Brendan Gallagher from Montreal. Just a hard worker guy, and just two guys that are really small. Well, really small. They're about 5'9", and maybe a little less. But, they made it. So, I'm just looking at these guys, and I'm like, I might be a little small for hockey, but I can still, make it, and I can still, play pretty good. Yeah. So I just look up to these guys. I've looked up to them since I'm very young.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about this weekend. You guys are facing, these guys are becoming your number one rival, because not necessarily geographically, but you guys are always at the top two spots in the East.
Yeah.
So let's talk about facing the Maryland Black Bears this weekend. Mike, we'll start with you.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game. We had our battles. We played them the first weekend of the year, and we split 1-1. We lost in overtime, then we won the Saturday's game. So, we know what to expect going in. And it's more just putting all the pieces together. We know what we have, we know what they have, and we know that we're better. So it's kind of just showing up in Maryland, ready to go, and kind of knowing what we're doing. But no, it's going to be a great weekend.
Mike, how does Nick Skurlick compare to other coaches you've had?
Oh, Nick, yeah. He's awesome. He's awesome. He's a great coach. He wants the best for us. He wants us to move forward. That's something I noticed with him, is that we have a bigger goal in hockey, and he's always there to support us and get us to that next level. And that's something I know he does a great job with, and I knew that before coming in. So, he yells at times, but that's always every coach does that. But I know deep down it's because he wants us to get better.
Pushes you a little harder than previous coaches.
Yeah, I would. Yes, in other leagues I played for, it's a business world. So if you don't do your job, it's gonna have consequences, and they want to win, and here it's more we want to win, we want to get better, but he wants to get us ready, like I said, for that end goal. That's in practice, that's just outside the rink, and just all over, and something I greatly appreciate.
In junior hockey, it's a developmental process.
Correct. Yes.
Do you feel that it's all about winning at this level, or is it more than that?
It's a little bit both. Definitely winning. Every team you're on, you're expected to win, expected to play your hardest, right? And developing, it's definitely the main goal of junior hockey, right? Develop you for college, pros, all that. But on top of it, winning always feels good, right? So, it's a little bit of both, I'd say. Yes.
Yeah, sure. Treppy, as Co-captain, how are you getting the team ready for the big matchup this weekend?
Well, just in practice, we're doing a lot of structure, and the guys are still learning. Even when Nick can't help someone and he's just starting a drill, and someone doesn't understand it, I go to him, explain it to him. I make sure he understands it. So, I've been doing a lot of that this year since I know the structure, I know how it works, and I think Nick's been letting me do that a lot. Yeah, I've just been helping guys with, getting ready for this weekend, just knowing everything.
It's got to feel pretty good when a coach like Nick Skurlick puts that amount of trust and confidence in you.
Yeah, well, I think I've showed last year that I was able to do that. I think he trusts me a lot after what he's seen in playoffs and what he's seen through the years. It feels good to know that he trusts me with that amount of. He trusts me like that to be able to do that.
It's a lot of responsibility, but you've proven yourself in the last couple of years.
I can do it, though.
Yeah. I have a feeling you can handle just about anything.
Yep.
He's not lacking confidence.
No, he's got this.
And do you feel, Treppy, that there is some unfinished business for the Nordiques to take care of this season?
Yes. Talking to the Maryland Black Bears, kind of tired of seeing them. It's been 2 years I've lost to them in the conference final. I'm not doing that again this year, and that's been one of my goals as a captain, making sure that team doesn't lose again to the Maryland Black Bears in the conference final.
Yeah.
I'm not going a third year like that. I'm not going out a third year like that. So, yeah, this is one of my goals, and I'll make sure the team's ready to beat them.
Yeah. Oh, we are certainly looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Mike, tell us about the best and worst things about hockey.
The best and worst things.
Yes. Sarah and I don't play.
Yeah.
So
I can only guess.
I like digging into the minutia and
Gotcha.
getting your perspective of these things.
The worst thing I have to say is stuff always has to be injuries, right?
I was going to say getting hurt.
Getting hurt, especially how long the season is. It's not fun to see your teammates, going out there, playing, working their hardest while you're hurt, right? So that's definitely got to be the worst thing. The best thing is always winning the championship, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and of course championship, but also just going to the rink and being with the guys every day.
Yeah.
Right? Every day you're with them. So, you build that connection and that brotherhood, and that's something that goes more than just hockey. So I think that's got to be the best thing.
Treppy, would you agree?
I would agree, yeah. Just being with the guys every day, just you build relationships with all these guys that, even when everyone stops playing hockey, just you can call them and they'll show up for you, Mm-hmm. So it's something special that I think it's a good thing, just be able to bring so many guys together and knowing they all have each other's backs. It's very special.
Yeah. And you're all playing for that one common goal.
Right.
Exactly.
To beat the stinking Maryland Black Bears. Mike, how about your best game on the ice? Tell us about that.
My best game on the ice, probably in high school. No, I was just feeling it that day. I was prepared, and I was feeling good, feeling loose. It's always great to have a game where you feel good, because with a long season, not every game you're going to be 100%. Yeah, I definitely scored a couple of goals, had a couple of assists, helped the team win. So, and at the end of the day, it's all about winning and helping your team in any way. So definitely the best one.
Pulled your weight in
Exactly.
that game,
Yep.
so to speak, right?
Yep.
Are you a superstitious guy?
No,
As far as
not
game
really.
day?
I keep it loose.
Yeah.
I just like to have fun. I like to get other people loose too. I don't, what I mean? It's when before a game and when it's so intense, you tend to make mistakes and be scared. And when you're loose and you keep it loose in the locker room and joke around and have fun, it goes a long way for that for the first period and the rest of the game. So that's what I try to do. Other people are definitely a lot more superstitious with things, but I do my own thing. But keep it loose.
Works for you.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
He seems like a pretty laid back kind of guy.
He sure does. Yeah. Treppy, how about your best game? Was it this past weekend?
I know. 3 goals, maybe?
You got a few to choose from.
Overall,
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good game, but I don't think it was my best overall. But I think if I had one game to pick, I would say probably U18 year. I think we tied 5-5, but I think I had like 2 goals, 3 assists. It's just 5-point night, and I was just, there's just a groove that night. It just worked for me, and I just felt good. I was in my zone, and I still remember that game. So that's how good like it felt. Yeah.
Sounds like a good game.
Yeah. I mean, you can't be mad about that.
That's right. That's right. Sarah, you remember the question I came up with last year about the Stanley Cup?
Oh, yeah.
I think I remembered what it was.
Yep. Would you rather?
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Whoever wants to take this one first, go right ahead. Let me see if I can remember it. Would you rather be a star forward, an all-star forward, and play for 15 years and never win a Stanley Cup?
Okay.
Or
And
would you
end up in the Hall of Fame?
and end up in the Hall of Fame? Or would you rather play for 5 years as a fourth line forward and win a Stanley Cup?
Win a Stanley Cup, fourth line. Just because your name will be imprinted on that cup forever. So what? Playing a long career, being an all-star, Hall of Fame, yeah, that's great. But at the end of the day, you play in the NHL to win a Stanley Cup.
Then you become immortal.
Then you become, exactly.
Yeah. I think Hall of Fame may be immortal as well, but Stanley Cup is the ultimate goal.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, I always wanted to win a Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
I never, being in the Hall of Fame is just a bonus, in my opinion.
Maybe if you win a Stanley Cup, you automatically end up in the Hall of Fame.
No,
I mean, you have a better chance.
Yes.
Not automatically, but you have a better chance.
Yes.
Your stats are probably pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Treppy, same question.
Same question. I was thinking Stanley Cup, but I was Hall of Fame career, 15 years. People are going to remember you, I don't know. It's just 4-line players just do. It's got to be a great feeling to win it, though. But I think the Hall of Fame, is a better career I would like, even if I don't win one.
Like,
It's definitely a tough one.
Mike is physically leaning away
like,
from you.
That's fine. That's fine. But I just feel like it's just something I'd be proud of.
Sure.
I'd regret not winning it, but I'd be proud of my career and just be a player that someone would remember as a great player.
Yeah. I can't remember who it was, but we had a couple of Nords on last year, and they had different answers like you guys did, and they got in an argument.
I was holding back.
I'm trying to remember. Was it Evan?
It was probably Evan
Was it
Orloff.
Evan Orloff and was it JP?
It could have been.
I think it was.
They're guys that like to argument stuff. They love to debate.
I just kind of remember. I don't know.
Some like you, Mike. You were like Stanley Cup.
I don't have to
give me
think
that
about
Stanley
it.
Cup.
Yeah. And I
No
think JP
question.
was Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
And Evan was the other way.
Yeah.
I think if I remember.
And then they almost auto
And then
shit.
it came to blows. Yeah.
And then it came to blows.
They fought in the parking lot. No, they didn't.
Jackets and hats on.
It was a yard sale.
Who knew what was going on?
We didn't know. The Exchange Club of Auburn extends a formal invitation to all veterans for a complimentary luncheon at the Green Ladle in recognition of your steadfast dedication and commitment to our nation. The event is Friday, November 8th at the Green Ladle on the campus of Lewiston High School. For more information, call John Reed at 777-3579.
All right,
It's
guys.
a good question.
We're going to do 3 random questions with you.
Okay.
These questions have absolutely nothing to do with hockey, unless your answer does, and then
Okay.
that changes.
Right.
And then at the end, we'll do some scouting reports.
That's good.
Perfect.
All righty. We will start with Mike. What was your favorite childhood toy?
A lacrosse stick, weird enough. Yes, that was the first thing my brother and family gave to me. So one of the mini ones. So,
Yeah.
definitely that.
Are you a lacrosse fan?
Lacrosse
What do you
family and fan. Yes.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Wow. I remember the first time I saw lacrosse. I'd heard about it, and then I went to cover a game, and I was like, this is hockey
It's
during
hockey.
the summer.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. No,
That's basically what it is.
exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
And the physicality is there, too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Treppy, favorite childhood toy?
Probably go the Wii, the video console.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't remember how many times I played NHL Slapshot on it. I mean, it was just so part of my childhood, just playing with friends, just playing a bunch of games together, and just, it was really part of my childhood, really. It just,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
The Wii was revolutionary.
Oh, yeah.
when it
So
came
much
out.
fun.
Yeah.
Super Mario Kart was the greatest game of all
Yep.
time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, played that a lot, too.
I'll fight about it.
Sarah's ready to auto
That's
ship.
one of my favorite games. That and Tetris from the original Nintendo. Yeah.
All right. We have a Sarah question.
Yeah. Okay. My questions are always a little bit weird.
Okay.
We'll start with Treppy. If
Okay.
you were going to put together a museum or bank robbery heist, who would you take with you and why?
Oh,
Just one person?
You can list as many as you like.
I think Evan Orlov's got to be part of it. He was a pretty smart guy, and I think he could be like the
The ringleader.
just kind of looking, he has the whole map of the bank, and he just knows the layout, and he just knows where everything is, and he just directs us through it.
He's got the muscles too.
I need someone that's agile.
Oh.
Good at.
It can be anyone, right?
It can be anybody.
Wow.
Sure. Could be a celebrity. Could be your mom. Whoever.
Yeah, but I'd probably go with someone I know. 'Cause
Yeah.
I gotta trust them.
plus
Oh, yeah.
you know mom's not going to rat you out.
Yeah. That's a good point. You got to trust them too.
It's true.
I like that he chose Evan Orloff and the explanation of it because I feel like that completely relates back to the hockey part of things. Like
Yeah.
he knows he knows the ice, he knows the plan, he's got it all figured out. I like that.
Wow, that's tough. I'd probably just go with my best friends from back home. Just, people that just be fun to do. The bank has
Fun to have a heist with.
Yeah, honestly, I think we've all thought about it a little, just like, how would you do it? But you never, you don't do it because it's obviously, you can't do it.
Sarah,
Yeah,
maybe your
you
questions
can't do
aren't
it.
that weird.
Maybe not.
I think I've always thought that somebody should do like they should like buy a whole building and make it like a bank, and you have to pay to make it like a heist. Like you have to go in there.
Oh,
and
what a
make it
fun
heist.
idea.
That is a great
That's
idea.
brilliant. There's
Yeah.
lots of old abandoned banks around too.
Yeah.
Like you see them all the time. Like there's the vault over in Lewiston is a beer and wine store now. They actually have a vault inside of it. That would have been a great idea.
Yeah.
Get to the vault. Bring it
Yeah.
in. I like your answer. Good.
go.
Yeah. For you, same question. You're gonna do a bank heist or a museum heist. Who are you taking with you and why?
The professor from the show Money Heist, Money Heist.
Oh,
I thought about this not in general, just as
like as you were waiting for your
as I was
turn.
waiting, because he in that show he kind of planned it all out. So I definitely want him to like coordinate everything.
Yeah, but don't tell him why, because you don't really know him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but he'd still like pick out the pieces, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's for themselves at that point, right? But I got like Treppy said, probably one of my close friends from back home. Yeah, friends, cousin, then that's about it. I mean, I was gonna go more celebrities, but I feel like when you said you gotta trust, I was like, okay, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Definitely one of my best friends from back home, and definitely my little cousin. So
Can't go
Alright.
too many people too.
Yeah.
That's
Gotta
right.
keep it,
That's
right.
keep it
four is a
tight.
great number. Four is a
Four's
great
just
number.
the perfect number, I feel like.
4. Okay.
This isn't no Ocean's 11 type deal.
Keeping it tight.
Let's keep it tight.
Good answers.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, final question. I don't think this will make you think nearly as hard. Mike, your favorite animal and why?
Aw.
Favorite animal.
I don't know. That is a tough question.
That is
actually.
a tough question.
Yeah.
And would you bring it on a bank heist?
Double down.
Treppy's like, yeah, I would.
My favorite animal. I mean, the common answer's got to be dog, right? Definitely one of my favorite. But I had a bunch of bunnies growing up,
Oh,
so I called it Rocky. So a little bunny is probably one of my favorite ones.
cute.
Treppy?
I'd probably go wolf. I mean, I just think like they're just beautiful to look at, honestly. And I think they're just a great animal, just loyal, just how he's hanging out. Well, not hanging out, but they're always in a pack, kind of.
Wolf pack.
So yeah, wolf pack. So I think they're just a loyal animal, and I think that
I want
I just love them.
I want to change my answer. I thought it was favorite thing that
I'm going to change my answer. You can change it.
I'm sorry, the judges say that's not allowed.
Wait, no, we're hearing from our producers. That's fine.
I mean, a rhino would be really cool. I mean, we know I've never seen one, probably won't ever, but I mean, just seeing on TV and stuff, it looks pretty cool.
They are pretty cool.
It's like a living tank.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What's your favorite animal, Mark?
Wombat.
That's right,
Because they poop cubes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, no
see.
other mammal does that.
It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
It's weird.
That's a good answer.
Great answer.
Thanks, guys.
I'm with you.
Sarah, wait.
Oh, you know what my favorite animal is.
I do.
Yeah.
A T-Rex.
Yeah. But living, it's an otter.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. T-Rexes are super cool. Their little hands.
Yeah.
Sarah sends me about 4 otter memes every day on Instagram. I've never had a shortage for otter memes.
I also send you capybaras.
That's true. That's true. Much appreciated.
Because they're so cute.
All right. Treppy, let's say that Sarah and I own a hockey team. Mm-hmm. You are our star forward.
Okay.
And you need a line mate. And I'm taking a good hard look at this Stenberg kid. You played with him before? What can you tell us about him?
Great player, great IQ. I know he hasn't had a strong start this year, but I feel like he's a hard worker and he's got a great set of skills. So I think it's going to come this year. I think he's a guy that can play with anyone. He's a guy that makes the teammates around him on his line better. And he works hard for them, so he's going to get the puck for them. So I think that's a player you want on your team, and he's a great guy defensively. A lot of guys are good offensively, but they can't play defense at all. Stenny's the guy that can play both sides, and that's why I think he's a good guy to have on your team.
All right.
So, yeah.
Well-rounded, all-around player. What is he like off of the ice?
Great guy off the ice.
He's like shaking his head.
He's a great guy to hang out around.
Why do you look so nervous right now?
I won't say anything.
We won't mention the bank robbery.
They've already planned a heist.
No, he's a great guy to hang around. He's a really funny guy. I don't think we've had a ping pong match yet, but we definitely will. And I'm looking forward to beating you.
Yeah. There you go. A little smack talk.
There's
right?
the shade we were looking for. There it is.
Pull this up when I beat you.
All right, Mike, same deal. Sarah and I own a team, and you are a star forward, and you need a line mate, and we're taking a good hard look at Treppy.
Yes.
What do you think?
I mean, safe to say, he's having a great year this year. He's had a strong start. He's been helping us win every game. He always shows up, and that's something you want as a leader, as a captain. And getting to his game, it's similar to mine. It's a 200-foot game, and he's defensively. It starts in the D zone, and he's always there. He's in the right spots. He has a good stick. He's able to block shots, and that leads to his offensive success so far, is being in those spots. And it reminds me of a little smaller Bergeron. He's always in that right spot, and he's always making his teammates better, like he said. Again, getting to the leading part, that's something you want as a leader, lead by example. Yeah. And that's something that he showed since day one of training camp. And I feel like that's reflected on us as us teammates, in that he brings to the rink every day with that mindset, and everyone builds off of that, especially the younger guys on the team. And that's something you want as a person on your team, especially. It's a blessing to have him, and he has 15 points, so I'd love to have him on my line too.
Absolutely. And off the ice.
Off the ice, he's just an awesome guy. He's always nice. He's that person, whenever you need something, you just call him and he'll be there. And He's funny. He's funny at times. I love to joke around with him. It's we've been playing against each other for a while. It's good to finally cross paths and not be on the opposite teams. And I wasn't always the nicest player to play against growing up, and I think Treppy can attest to that. And
I wasn't either.
It's just an awesome guy. We went disc golfing on Sunday, and we aren't good, but we were just there to joke around and just have a good time, and that's who Treppy is. Just a guy you want to be around and can have fun with.
That's all right.
cool.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
You guys are super nice to each other.
I know, they were.
That is awesome. That is going to do it for us. I hope you guys had some fun.
Yeah, it was awesome.
definitely.
Thank you for having us.
We certainly appreciate your time. I know, like I said, it's an early hour for you, but we appreciate you making the effort and being here.
Of course.
And best of luck this weekend
Thank you.
against
Thank
the
you.
stinking Black Bears.
Oh, yeah.
Looking
Gosh
for
darn those Black Bears.
That's right. Looking for a 4-point weekend, and can't wait to see you guys back on the ice at the Coliseum.
Yeah, 26,
Can't wait to be
27,
there.
right?
Yeah, next weekend. So
Fabulous.
can't wait.
And folks, you can enter to win tickets to see the Maine Nordiques play at the Coliseum. All you need to do is go to lydiamediallc.com, and there's a link right there where you can actually pick your date. We have October, November, and December games.
Sweet.
So you can pick the game you'd like to go to, and we'll hook you up with some tickets should you win.
Yay.
There you go. We make it simple for you.
I'm going to enter.
Let's pack the band. Pack the band. Thanks to our sponsors, Ruper's Beverage and Redemption and UPI Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. And if you would like to be part of the Lydia's Lunch Bunch advertising family, reach out to Pam Ashby via email at pam@lydiamediallc.com. We have Leonard Kimball and Nick Gordon coming in tomorrow.
What? Who are they?
I know. Who are they?
Ugh.
From Great Falls Comedy Club.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about the Wicked Funny Laugh Off
Yay.
happening next month. And we
Awesome.
also have our Tasting Tales. We're going to be sampling an Allagash Haunted House Hoppy Dark Ale.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nick Gordon is going to be the linesman for the Nordiques on the 26th as well.
What?
Yeah.
I thought he retired.
He did.
He's like a boxer.
He's back again.
He's due for like 5 retirements.
Yeah. Just keep going.
right.
He'll never stop.
All right. Just look for that name Gordon
Yeah.
out on the ice
Yeah.
on the 26th.
Call him Gordo. He loves it.
Gordo.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Take care.
Have a great
All right,
day.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening, and we will catch you tomorrow.